Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 62 of What's That Pepper series. Today I have a very cool pod that I created myself, and this is the Crimson Starr. So originally these were bred and it was called the Starracha, and I have multiple variations of them, so I separate them out and then I keep growing the pheno. So now I have three different phenos. So this is the Crimson Starr here, and originally it was much longer. It's sort of like a ghost pepper, but much fatter. It's very wrinkly and extremely hot. I mean, the pod is just enormous too. So I can't imagine eating the entire thing. But this is the 2018 early season pod. All I have is one. I'm going to show you the plant. It's not doing too well right now, but hopefully it will recover once the heat died down a little bit. So here it is, Crimson Starr. Let's go take a look at the plant, and then we'll come back and cut this open and give it a try. Alright guys, here is what the Crimson Starr plant look like. It's a very beautiful plant, and it produces a ton of fruits. Earlier this year it put out so many flowers, but being in June and July, it gets so hot that most of the buds have dropped. But the plant is doing fine, so it should be putting out more flowers very soon. I have two pods that I have been saving, so those are the ones that we're going to test. And once I pick those off, I think that should be all of the fruits and flowers that are left. So hopefully it will produce again for the second time up into maybe October. Anyway, here's the plant. Looks very nice. It can grow very big, and as I mentioned, it's very productive. And the fruits are a little bit unstable at the moment. Sometimes it's long like a longer shape, and sometimes it's round like this shape here. But I actually prefer this shape over the longer one. But if I get fruits later this season, I might just grow both to see how it would turn out. And then you see here, this one's smaller. And then we have this little one here. So it's kind of pointed sometimes, like that. But the fruits are supposed to be much larger. So this is the one. This is usually the size. So we'll pick this one here. Look at that. Beautiful fruit. Extremely spicy. I don't have the longer pheno to show you, but maybe later in the season we can revisit and take a look at it. So here's the plant again. It's grown in a 5-gallon bucket, and it's pretty big. Nice large leaves. Looking pretty unhealthy at the moment. But anyway, let's go inside and we'll give this a test. Okay guys, here is a closer look at the pod. It's very pretty, nice and bumpy. The original parent, one of it is a Scotch bonnet, so you can also see some characteristic of a Scotch bonnet. It almost trying to make a bonnet shape. As I mentioned, usually it's much longer, and it's sort of like a go shape, as I mentioned. But this particular one looks more like a rounded golf ball, but pretty good size here. So these things are extremely hot, and I bred this variety because I love Scotch bonnet to make hot sauce, and I wanted something a little bit spicier. So then I decided to make the two crosses into one, so that I don't have to grow two different varieties. So this is the Crimson Starr 2018. Oh man, I always forget to wear gloves. This is gonna be extremely hot. Maybe I should go grab my gloves. Okay, So I tried this last year, and man, that it wrecked me. It's really, really hot. So I have to be very careful. Later on this season, if the plant produced longer phenos, we're gonna have to revisit and do another video. So there it is. Here's the inside of it. Looks pretty scary. The placenta, wow, you can smell the heat already as soon as I open this. Has a good amount of heat. Look at this, the vein run all the way up here with seeds on that. Good sized placenta. Medium wall, I would say. And these pepper has a very slow build, so and usually when I eat it, I don't taste anything. Then a few minutes later, I'm in pain. Many people have asked if the seeds are spicy. The only reason why the seeds are hot is because it's attached to this gland right here. So technically, the seeds do not have any heat, but it's because it's attached to the gland here that produce the oil, and that's why the oil rubs off on the seeds, and then the seeds become really spicy. But when people say that the seeds are spicy, that's not true. It's because of this gland here. Okay, so I think many people know that, but there's a few that may not. Anyway, there it is right there. It smells extremely hot. Has a little fruity smell as well. So, man, I'm kind of a little bit worried about this. So let me go ahead and cut a small piece right here. A pretty good size. I'm gonna dare myself a little bit. Okay guys, here it is, the Crimson Starr. We're gonna give it a taste. I'm not sure if I sent these out to people yet, but I think I will eventually once they produce the phenos that I prefer, the longer one, the meaner looking one. This one, I actually like the shapes too, so I may grow a few of these just to see what's going on with it. So here it is. Very sweet. No heat in the beginning. As I mentioned, the bill is very, very slow. So I'm trying to chew it. And I can feel that it's coming on. The fume is all over my mouth right now. The heat is starting to kick. It's a very slow build, but I can feel my chest is warm. It's getting hotter. Yeah, it's starting to burn. My chest is very warm right now. Every time I do, I eat these, then I think it's not very hot, and then I eat a second piece, and then, man, I paid for that one. Wow, very good flavor. It's nice and sweet, and it has that, reminds me of like a 7-pot with a nice citrus taste. Similar to the Scotch bonnet with much more heat. And my tongue is kind of numb right now. Wow, the heat is not as much as I expected. It's still very hot. My chest is very warm right now. Let me try another piece right here. I think this is gonna kick me. So this one has a little bit of the vein in it. Tastes very good. Very nice and sweet. A little bit tropical flavor. It doesn't have any bitterness. There's a few pepper that when you, whoa, there it is. The back of my mouth, my spit sort of like bubbles up, and I swallow that accidentally. Oh my God. The first piece didn't have any veins in it. And that's why I didn't get much of the heat. Wow. The spit bubble really hurt me right now. Every time I eat this, wow, my throat's on fire. My saliva sort of like thickens up, and it kind of like create bubbles when I talk. Wow, this hurt. And then I accidentally swallowed, and it popped in the back of my throat, and now like the roof of my mouth is like on fire. I better move the knife. Wow, the burn is very, very slow. Wow. It's kind of peaked. Oh man, I can't imagine the guys that eat the entire pot just like Peter. When I watch Peter Stanley, sometimes I feel the pain when Peter's eating it, but Peter doesn't feel anything. He just keep a straight face. I'm not sure how Peter does it. Amazing. There's a few more people in pepper lovers community that did the same thing, like Jeff Hobbs. He can handle some heat, and Dave does some too. If you want to see a great review, check those guys out. They'll actually give you a better description of the flavor because they eat the entire pod. I can't do that. But I love peppers. The weird thing about eating peppers is that you eat it and then you're like completely in pain, and once the pain goes away, you want to eat it again. I'm not sure why. It's like some kind of addiction to the heat or whatever, or the pain. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. This is the Crimson Starr 2018. I'm gonna keep growing it, and then I'm gonna share some seeds with people on the community. I think I may have sent some out already, but I don't remember. Anyway, come join Pepper Lovers community and get to know some people. There's a lot of things happening right now because it's harvesting time. Wow, my head is like sweating. And also we have a website called KCD Garden. Please check it out, become a member, contribute, write your own stuff that you're growing. It's a free site for everyone. All you have to do is be a member, and you can just post whatever you want that you're growing in your garden. It must be from your own garden, especially the pictures, because these are just contents that people put up, so we don't want any legal issues happening. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.